Namaskar, dear devotees and friends, and today we'll start to study, reading and discussing the Panchama Veda, the Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. You will be happy to know this class is the 433rd class of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, total. So we began and then we are continuing every Wednesday and we are going on reading. This month, December, we have another Wednesday and also another Sunday, but we decided to not to give the class because the people are in the holiday mood. They are all out of town. Naturally, it is in this country, particularly Europe and America, this is the time when they all enjoy. So we decided that after the 24th December, after the Christmas Eve, all program will be suspended. Of course, we will have the 1st January Kalpataru. Our devotees will come and pray on the 1st January, and also the Mother's Tithi Puja in 2024. So let us begin, as we usually do, with the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, Kathamrita. Tavo Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavi Virilitam Kalmashapaham Stravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhubi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. This is a unique way of expression that in the human life, the ultimate is the God realization. Why? Because that is the summum bonum, that is the end of all achievements. We try to achieve everything, particularly we like to be eternal, and when we go back to the source, the God, we become eternal. We like to be happy, and that is the ultimate source of happiness. When you go back to God, realize God, understand God, and then we become one with God. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the Supreme Divinity, took that human form as Sri Ramakrishna, and like the other avatars, his sole purpose was to establish religion, dharma. And how he did that? Awakening our soul, awakening our consciousness, Chetana, that we are human being. Friends, in our last Wednesday discourses, we have read that Ishta appears in the forms of the Guru. Now, Guru and Ishta, that is the two excellent terminology of the Hindu religion. Ishta Devata means he is the chosen idol. He is my God. He is my goal. And I, the devotee, the student, I like to reach to that particular goal. And who will help me? Guru. And Guru again, it says that the human Guru, that is come before you, instruct you, but it is your Ishta only. The goal, the Supreme Being, it takes the human form and comes and help you to take you back to Him. So that is the way it goes. The Ishta appears in the form of the Guru. Now, Guru, any human being cannot be Guru, because you have to develop those qualities. Then only the divine, godly quality will manifest. Everything is nothing but God. And the bad qualities and the good qualities both are from God. But when we are going to go to God, we have to only achieve those good qualities, and then afterwards we have to give up those also. Because the moment there is good, there will be bad too. If you want appreciation, you should be ready for criticism also. So this goes hand in hand, the obverse and reverse of the same coin. So we have to go beyond these both, but in the beginning it is better to have the good qualities. And to generate that good quality is already there, latent. And to encourage those good qualities to manifest, it is Guru comes. And he said, the two types of devotees are there. One is kitten type, another young monkey type. Now, the devotee means who is trying to understand, who is trying to realize God. The human beings are not devotees. There are different types of human beings, different types of mentalities. We all know, we have already discussed. Now, the best type of the human being is the devotee. Why? He has understood or she has understood that this life with all these different things are nothing but very, very temporary. Now he starts thinking that I should go beyond this. And when he or she starts thinking in that way, it's called a devotee. The devotion has come, devotion towards God. The I love my child, I am a devotee. No, you cannot place that word in that way. You can use that word in that way. The devotee, whenever we use the word devotee, means connected with God. That means the awakening about the God has come. A little dependence, little faith is also there in the mind. Now he or she wants to proceed slowly for the greater understanding, clear understanding. So that is called devotee. Now this devotee, again Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, are two different types. One is like the kitten. And he gives the example, and we also know in a very everyday life, the kitten doesn't do anything. It is the mother cat. It takes the kitten and places on a very clean bed of the house, and the kitten is good, happy over there. Now suddenly the mother noticed that the actual owner of the bed is coming. Immediately she will take the kitten and jump out of the window and take her to a dusty place. Kitten is happy. In a clean place and inside the room and outside the room in a dusty place, kitten has nothing to do. Completely dependent on the mother. That is called kitten attitude. But that is very, very, very difficult. Why? Because of the ego. When I am having an ego, immediately judgment comes. Why should I do this? Why should I not? Then you are separate from the God. Then comes the second category of devotee. Devotee, among all the human beings, they are the best lot. But among them, there are two varieties. One of very rare quality types. They completely depend on God. They abolish their own desires. No ego at all. We can compare with the child on the lap of the mother. The baby can't walk, can't move, so completely depending on the mother. Now a person, he can walk, he can talk, he can understand. But still, it's completely depending on God. You can imagine the tremendous courage is necessary. So no I, no ego, no food, I will lie down. Mother will take care of me. Complete faith. Days after days without food and any support. But your faith is complete there. God will come and help me. God will surely come. It has been proven in the lives of great rishis and great personalities. But that long you have to have the patience and complete faith also. And never ever thinking what is going to happen to me, whatever will happen, I am going to be over here. So this is the way we have to understand. That is called kitten. Monkey, the young monkey, they themselves hold the mothers. The mother monkey is not holding that baby monkey. Sometimes patting, sometimes holding, but most of the time when the mother monkey is moving, she needs all the four, the hands, the two rear and two front, and they are jumping from one branch to another. So obviously she cannot hold that baby. Baby is holding the monkey. Now there are chances that the baby monkey may fall from the mother. But the kitten has no chance of falling from the mother. Mother will take care of it. So these are the two. Why this second group? All of us are in the second group, almost all. Very rare, like Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself was the kitten group. We are all like the young monkeys because of our ego. So we like to do, I will practice spirituality. I will do this many japa, I will go to different holy places, I will talk to the people, I will read out, and all these I is there. So we belong to that young monkey group. After this, the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, almost in the same page of the Gospel, and today we are reading from 846. You know that I start one or two pages early, and then I come to the last page where the subject that I try to give as today's subject, two characteristics of knowledge. This is I quote from Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So this is in the page 846. The God alone is everything, he is mentioning. God alone is everything. He alone does everything. He alone is the Guru. He alone is the Ishtadeva. He alone gives knowledge and devotion. Now, all this, everything. So that is the ultimate knowledge. I am a devotee. I have developed some sattva qualities. I have understood from the scripture and the advices of my Guru that this world is transitory and God is real. So I am trying to understand that, to realize that. For that, whatever the Guru has instructed me, I am following that. So that is the way I am going. And when I ultimately reach to the goal, then I see there is no I, there is no God, there is no you, there is no Guru, there is no world at all. Everything is nothing but the same God. That is, from the duality, we ultimately reach to the Advaita, non-duality. The Advaita is the ultimate goal. But at this moment, when so much of I is there, I am this body, I am this mind, this is my family, this is my country, this is my culture, this is my language, so many I is there, and suddenly for the God, I am God, no, that won't do. No, that cannot be. The moment you say that you are that, then there is no anything else. Cannot be. There cannot be any difference of religions, language, geographical differences, nothing will be there. So that is a complete different thing. But sometimes we make mistakes and we think that we are all Advaitin and we don't like to meditate on God, we don't like to worship, and it's okay, it is your choice. But the thing is, unless we are taking the proper step, we won't reach to the ultimate goal. We will reach to that goal, but you have to go step by step. Then otherwise, it is be only a psychological, mental imagination that I am a Vedantin. No, that won't help. From inside, you won't get any inspiration, you won't get any joy, you won't get any happiness. You'll be always afraid that some people are going to criticize me, I am going to be proven that I am wrong. All these things will come. That means the doubts are there. Viddante hridaya granthi chiddante sarva samsayaha. Samsaya, doubts, sarva, everything. No doubts will be there. I am that. Because they have realized that. I am that. This I is not this body-mind complex. This I is the consciousness which is present within this. And that, the supreme consciousness, which is reflecting here, is that. So that is different. Now, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he mentioned when he was talking with the doctor that knowledge are two types. He was telling the knowledge are two types. This two types knowledge means, jnana is always two types. In the Upanishads again, the one person went to learn and the teacher told him there are two types of knowledge, para and apara. And paravidya, aparavidya. Paravidya is a spiritual knowledge, highest knowledge, knowledge of oneness. Aparavidya includes everything. And you will wonder, that is the boldness of the Upanishad, and that is the boldness of the Sanatana Dharma, Hinduism. It includes even the Veda in the Aparavidya. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, Shiksha, Kalpo, Bhakarana, Chandam, Niruktam, Jyotishamiti. All are Aparavidya. And this Vidyas, why the Vedas are also Aparavidya? Sometimes some people say, oh, our holy book, you should not mention any word against that and all that. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna even said, if there is a contradiction of your knowledge and the Veda, you should discard the Veda. Like, if the Veda says the milk is black, no, we cannot accept that. Our knowledge says, no, it cannot be. This is the beauty of the Hinduism. And there is no narrowness. I like to learn. I like to know. So obviously, it should be open. I can argue with it. To understand, it is necessary to ask question, express my doubt. That is the reason they say Kena Upanishad. Then is a Upanishad is there. The Kena, why? There is a Upanishad, Prasna, is asking question. And you will wonder in the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, it says, to get the knowledge, to earn knowledge, to have that knowledge, you must have the quality to ask question, proper question. That there are two types of knowledges. One is the worldly knowledge, another spiritual knowledge. What is Paravidya? And it says, Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. Yaya, through which, by which, tad aksharam, tad that. Tad means that. Aksharam, never decayed, eternal one. See, only one word it used, akshara. The Brahman is also known as akshara. Shara, that changing, decaying. Akshara, never ever decayed. It's just like that. And that is called Brahman. Yaya, tad, that, aksharam, unchanging, adhigamyate, can be realized. And that knowledge is called paravidya. So there is vidya, knowledge, the process to reach to that. Now most of the people try to prove God or Brahman or Atman through aparavidya. And naturally they fail. And then they say, no, we don't believe that God is there because we could not prove it. And how it is possible? Through light, you cannot see the darkness. You are going to search for the darkness with the light? No, it is not possible. Atman is a light. With the ignorance, with the darkness, how can you reach to the light? The moment you reach over there, it is all lighted. And you won't find those darkness ever. And when you are lighted, you will forget about the darkness. You won't be able to imagine what was darkness. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave a beautiful example that a salt doll, a doll made of salt, went to fathom the water of the ocean. And when it went into the water, it never came back. It melted, merged into that water. It was from that. The source of the ocean, it was the creator. So obviously, who will come back and give you the report? You have to go and understand it. And what will remain? They say, if you retain the body, some very few, after the complete realization of the Brahman, there are different gradations are there. When the ultimate Brahman you realize, then it becomes completely, you are absorbed into that joy, that happiness. You never like to come back to the body consciousness. Sorry. The friends, you know that the Vedantin, they always give the example of avastha traya, awakening stage, dreamless sleep stage. Now, awakening stage and dream stage we know. But when we go to the dreamless sleep state, there is no body, there is no mind, or only joy, happiness is there. It's very peaceful. You don't like to come back from there. As because our mind is tied down with the body, and mind comes back to the body, again we get up, and then we find, oh, I had a wonderful time. Like that, when you are meditating, you are first forgetting the body, then you are forgetting the mind, and you are in that happy, wonderful, peaceful state. Why you like to come back? So when you go deeper and deeper and the joy becomes terrible, that's Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you cannot imagine. From the every pore of the skin, and this blood will ooze out. Because so much of joy, the body cannot take it. If it is not a pure sattvic body, immediately you will die. The tremendous joy. So they give the example that a very poor man suddenly got the success in the lottery, and when they announced that you have got this millions of dollars, and he became so happy, he jumped with joy and died. So it is just like that. So when you go to that, there is so much of joy, you don't bother about the body. And they die. So it says the two types, one is para and apara. Apara we can understand. All that is there, so science and all these things, each and everything is apara. Only Brahman is para. Now how to reach to that? Then it says in the Bhagavad Gita, the 4th chapter, 37th verse says, Tadviddhi pranipatena Pranipata means being humble. The Hindus, they will all go and touch the elders, touch the feet of the elders. Sometimes they touch the knee, or sometimes they bow down. In the Japanese, among the Japanese, it is also there. Chinese is also there, and ancient China, it's all bowing is there. In the Europe, they shake hands and something like that. But the Indians' custom is you have to go and touch the seniors. And if it is a guru, the teacher, then you have to lie down before him and then touch his feet. So pranipata, completely humble before the guru. Maybe guru is not that way educated. You are better educated, but you have to have that, because that is the way one should learn. The tad viddhi pranipatena pariprasnena. You should ask proper question at the right time. And sevaya, you should serve the guru. Sometimes physically, sometimes many other way. You should serve the guru, then only you will get. This is one, three external. Pranipatena, that means externally you are lying down in front of him and touching his feet and showing your humbleness, your dedication to him. That is one. Second, you are asking question, so the guru will know that you are truly studying and you are on the right track. The questions that proves that you are trying to go deeper into it. And sevaya, you are physically serving him. So that is the way you are. Now again in the same 4th chapter and 39th verse, it gives another 3 that is internal. Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Shraddhavan. Ban, the word ban means possessing. The one who is possessing is ban. The Shraddhavan, one who is possessing faith, Shraddha. And Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. You have to have that fast. That is internal, not external. Tatpara is very alert. Whenever the guru is saying something or you are finding out some word, immediately you should notice it and record it and ponder over it and meditate on that. That's called tatpara. And samyata indriya. If the mind is flittering away everywhere, you cannot concentrate. The samyata is control, indriya, all our sense organs. Here the jnanendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas. The eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue and the touch. That should be controlled, because through that you are collecting information and giving it to the mind, and mind is becoming turbulent because of so many varieties of informations which are of no use. So we have to control ahara. This ahara, the food has to be controlled. It is not only what we are eating, but with other senses also, what we are seeing, what we are hearing, what we are talking about and pondering on that, what we are touching, the smell, everything that we have to be careful. So 3 external, 3 internal, total 6 qualities are necessary. The first external, you have to be humble, pranipata. You must be intelligent, pariprasna, and you must be sevaya, but you should know how to please the guru, the master. That is called the seva. And then Shraddhavan, have to have the faith, and Tatpara is a very alert, energetic, and Samyata Indriya is the self-control. Now this way only this Paravidya and Aparavidya both can be achieved. Now here the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna he is mentioning how to realize the God. Man should possess dignity and alertness. This dignity is a word that is very, very essential. The dignified way. Sometimes people, they behave very peculiarly. Even after becoming a monk, also they will be shouting and laughing and behaving the such a way. Sometimes we have seen in the TV also some of the people who are giving the talks. Now how peculiarly they are laughing and cutting jokes, and the one's dignity should be there. The children are there, ladies are there, how to behave before them. And moreover, as a spiritual teacher, as a spiritual leader, he must be having some, the way he or she talks, that influences people. So obviously, that dignity, when and how, that awareness is called dignity. The man should possess dignity and alertness. Whenever I will see, or the person will see, that my goal, I am deviating from my goal, immediately should be alert. No, I am not here to do all these things. Sometimes in the social movements, some political movements, the economical things, that sway the whole society. But that is not my goal. I have chosen the path of spirituality. I am not going to do all those things. My prayer and my meditation and that concentration, that is, I am focused on that. There are millions of people are there, they will take care of it. Why should I do that? A devotee should think in that way. So the alertness. Only he whose spiritual consciousness is awakened possesses this dignity and alertness, and can be called a man, a person. A person means he should have this dignity and alertness. Otherwise, they may behave in a different way, and no, that is not that is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and I marked it, underlined it. Then that is called a man. Futile is the human birth without the awakening of the spiritual consciousness. Of course, because if the spiritual awakening, what is that spiritual awakening? In the beginning of the gospel, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, there is only God. Knowing one is knowledge. Knowing many is ignorance. What is the awakening, spiritual awakening? Everything is nothing but God. The moment that spiritual awakening comes, what is the reaction? How you behave? You cannot hate anyone. You cannot criticize anyone. You cannot differentiate. So that is the way we have to understand. How I will know a spiritual person? Constantly going on criticizing others and inspiring also the people to go and fight with them. We cannot call them spiritual person. He is of course a leader. He has the capacity to inspire people and to take them to some action. That is different. But they are not spiritual people. The spiritual people, the first thing is awakening of consciousness. And the moment the awakening of consciousness has come, it is oneness. And I can never ever differentiate. It is not possible. Practical level, of course. And when I am in the body and I am here, of course, I cannot eat this, I cannot touch that, I cannot go over there, that much. But hating and inspiring people also to hate and spreading hatred, that is not the work of a spiritual person. So this is called the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. That is why I termed it as a Panchama Veda. It is not only for the Ramakrishna devotees to read, each and every one should read. Not for the Hindus only, but all religious people should read. Anyone who wants to be better person should read it, and again should read. Then only you will understand and can grasp the meaning of it. There are many men in Kamarpukur with big the baileys and imposing moustaches. Yet the villagers go with palanquin and bring righteous and truthful persons from 20 miles away to arbitrate their quarrels. That means all are not that way human being. Human being only are those who have awakened that knowledge. Truthfulness is the tapasya of the Kali Yuga. The truthfulness, submission to God, and looking on the wives of the other men as one's own mother, these are the means to realize God. These are the means to realize God. Very clear. So that is, here Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna referred to Tulsidas ji, a great poet saint of India, in the northern part of India. He has a wonderful, the Ramayana, Ramcharitmanasa. I think he mentioned the Satya Vachan, truthfulness, Adhinata, this humbleness, and Parastri Matri Saman, the ऐसे हरि ना मिली तुलसी झूठ जबान. You can tell the Tulsidas, Goswami Tulsidas, that he is a liar. And when you tell a person, an honorable person, a liar, it is like killing him. That is also the story is there in the Mahabharata. If you tell someone and says a very respectable person as a liar, it is as good as his death. That's why Tulsidas ji says, call me a liar. If by practicing these three things you cannot realize God, what are the practices? Satya Vachan, truthfulness, Adhinata, humbleness, ego-free life, Adhinata. There should not be any ego. Whatever I am doing, that is good for me, best for me. I am not going to imitate others, but I am not criticizing others, abusing others, disturbing others. No, that is called Adhinata. And Parastri Matri Saman. If you are a householder, you are welcome to live with your family, with your wife. But the others, you have to look at them as your mother. That means the sense control. So these three, only these three, if you can practice, you will realize God. Tulsi jhoot jaban, if it is not. So that's a very strong, bold statement. When the people say there is no God, they should practice these three. And after that, if they are not realizing God, they can come and say, yes, I could not realize God even after practicing it. It can never be. That is the challenge of religion. God is there and processes are there. It is completely well defined. Without practicing that, if you think that you can have the right to criticize, that is up to you. But as a true researcher, a scientist will never do that. So go and practice in their own way. Then only you can say, I practiced, but I didn't get the result. But you will get the result. Satya Vachan, truthfulness. Adhinata, humbleness. Parastri Matri Saman, control of your senses. These three. This Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, like a child, Sri Ramakrishna said to the physician, Sir, please cure my throat. And the person he was talking about the ultimate reality, Suddenly he comes down and then he behaves just like an ordinary person, and he is the God himself. He is now asking the physician, "Sir, please cure my throat." When in the human body, even the God also behaves like a human, a must. The superhuman and that type of conceptions that create confusion in the minds of the people. And they always think that, oh, this is only possible for the superhuman people. We cannot do it. No, God will never do that. The God's main idea is to make people aware about their divine qualities and then make them self-confident that they can awaken that divine quality. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, "My philosophy can be said in 2 sentences. To make people aware about their divine qualities." That's all. So what is the goal of Ramakrishna Mission? Mission of Ramakrishna Mission. These 2 lines. To make people aware about their purity and to help them to manifest that. These 2. And to do that, the people who are trying to do that, they should get ready. They themselves fast get those things, isn't it? So, Atmana Moksha, Jagat Hita. Fast is Atma Moksha. First, you must realize that. You must have that. You must have 100% confidence on that. And life should be like accordingly. Then only you can help others. So we go to different places, meet people, talk to them. Like tomorrow, early morning at about 5 o'clock, I have to go, and in this terrible cold weather to Canada, and then again I will come back and there will be program here on 24th, the Christmas Eve, and like that we are going on doing whole year long. Why? Only with these 2 purposes. That to make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. These 2 purposes. And that is what Swami Vivekananda said, that is our work. So whether the political movement, social movement, economical movement, there is no job, so go and stand and fight. No, that is not our job. That is not our duty. The monk's duty are completely different, to make people self-confident. Then they will solve their own problem. So that is the way we should have to understand. So Sri Ramakrishna said, the pure mind and the pure Atman are one and the same thing. The pure mind and the pure Atman. What is the pure mind? Unselfish mind. The moment there is selfishness, moment there is ego, moment there is I consciousness, this is my family, this is my son, this is my this is my that is not a pure mind. Pure mind is only thinking about God and not about the world. Living in the world, but not attached with the world. That is called Paramahamsa Sannyasi. The Ramakrishna Mission Sannyasins are Paramahamsa Sannyasi. Paramahamsa means Supreme Swan. And the Supreme Swan, it has the reference in the Bhagavata and that Bhagavata Purana. And that from there only it is taking, that is the great swan. It is floating on the water, is living on the water. But no water can wet that. Swan is living in the family life, is living in the world, mixing with people, going and staying with them, talking with them. But at the same time completely free from any attachments, any desires. Very, very challenging, very difficult. That's why it's called that it needs a hero's heart to follow this path. So he says, The pure mind and the pure Atman are one. And what is that Atman? Atman is that consciousness. And what is the pure mind? Consciousness. It is not having any other thing but the consciousness. So that is the same. Whatever comes up in the pure mind is the voice of God. God alone is the Mahut Narayana. The Mahut Narayana, the Narayana means the God, and Mahut means the person who is driving the elephant. And there is a story again, those who have read the Gospel you know. So here I think I should continue. Why should I not listen to God? He alone is the master. As long as he keeps I consciousness in me, I shall obey his orders. As long as he keeps I consciousness. The doctor was going to examine Sri Ramakrishna's throat. Sri Ramakrishna is telling Mahendra Sharkar pressed my tongue the way they press a cow's. Then the Mahendra Sharkar, another doctor, came. He was not having any devotion. You know that, but of course the doctors, what they will do, Sri Ramakrishna's body was so tender, they couldn't understand that. So they behaved in a rough way, and Sri Ramakrishna felt pain. He is mentioning that like a cow he was doing, the one should not do that. Like a child, Sri Ramakrishna said to the physician, pulling at his short sleeve again and again, Sir, my dear sir, please cure my throat. That Sri Ramakrishna is going and holding the hand of the doctor and pulling his shirt like the children they do, and then asking, please cure my throat. This is one Sri Ramakrishna. The Sri Ramakrishna as a human. And the next we find the Sri Ramakrishna is telling that it is nothing but God. And that Sri Ramakrishna is our goal. That Sri Ramakrishna, that we worship him. But it is wonderful to see that the God is behaving like us. We also become afraid. We also pray to others. We also request others. But at the same time, we can say that I am free from all this. The Sri Ramakrishna is the bridge between the spiritual knowledge and the worldly knowledge. This bridge between the heaven and this earth. It's a unique personality. He is telling, Narendra sang, but on account of master illness, there was not much music. The people also was not very attentive to that song. September 2, after finishing his midday meal, Sri Ramakrishna sat on the small couch and talked to Dr. Bhagavan Rudra, and Aim, Rakha, Latu and other devotees were in the room. Physician heard all about the master's illness. Sri Ramakrishna came down to the floor and sat near the doctor. Those who have visited the Dakshinesha, they can understand this. It is having only two couches, small beds. Sorry. He was sitting on that, and then in India, mostly people, it is a warm country, mostly people they sit on the floor, and very neat and clean floor, and because it is warm, that cement floor is better, is more comfortable. Maybe they will spread a little mat and all, and the cool breeze from the Ganga is also coming, and those who have seen, there are big three doors, one from the Ganga side, another goes to the temple, and another facing outside again. So these three, so obviously a lot big windows are also there, very airy and lighted. So Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees, they used to live over there. He was sitting on the bed, he came down and sat on the floor, and equal. You see, medicine does not agree with me. My system is different. Well, what do you think of this? When I touch a coin, my hand gets twisted. Now, these doctors, when they are coming, mostly they don't believe in the God and all this. So, Sri Ramakrishna is showing them some of the specialities. And you know that the Master Masha has given the title of this chapter, Master on Himself and His Experiences. So, here and there in this we are finding the Lord is mentioning about Himself. What do you think? When I touch the coin, my hand gets twisted. My breath stops. Further, if I tie a knot in the corner of my cloth, I cannot breathe. My breathing stops until the knot is untied. Here there is a note. There is no pocket actually in those days. The people, they were wearing only a dhoti, and over that there will be a wrapper they will take on the upper body. So there is no that way the shirt or the pockets. Where they will keep the things? Suppose something they have got, this to tie at the end of the dhoti, the cloth that they were wearing, and that they will be keeping in the waist. By that way they used to carry things. He said, when I get something, I tie like that, my breathing will stop. The body is not accepting that. So, why Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning? So, we have to understand this. He cannot accept anything of the worldly things, anything. So, that is an extreme condition of purity. I think none of us will understand that, because why somebody has given something and I am keeping in my pocket and what is there? But for him it is so pure, it cannot. Then sometimes there will be a sting, as it completely is there with a tie, and if you are playing another sting in that room, this will also vibrate. So that is the way the Sri Ramakrishna's mind was completely tuned in that way, and he can never accept anything. So he is mentioning that to the doctor. The doctor said to him, action on the nerves. The master to doctor, I get into another state of mind. It is impossible for me to lay up anything. One day I visited Shambhu Mallik's garden house. At that time I had been suffering badly from the stomach trouble. Shambhu said to me, take a grain of opium now and then. It will help you. In those days, opium was as a sort of medicine. Because of the pain, and sometimes they used to use that opium. That was allowed. And Shambhu Babu gave him as a medicine the opium. Shambhu said me, take a grain of opium. He tied a little opium in a corner of my cloth. As I was returning to the Kali temple, I began to wander about near the gate, as if unable to find the way. Then I threw the opium away and at once regained my normal state. I returned to the temple garden. This is guided the God's child. Obviously, even he wants to do something, God won't allow. And someone, the pure person, is not supposed to take like that. So obviously, the God is not allowed. He was just like a child, completely dependent on God's will. The kitten that we are discussing, like that only, completely depending on God. And look how miraculously, whenever he unknowingly wanted to do something, the God won't allow him to do. That should be the prayer, our prayer also to the Mother. Maybe I will do something wrong, I do not know, I don't understand. You should not allow me to do that. Hold my hand. That should be the prayer Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us. One day in Kamarpukur I picked some mangoes. I was carrying them home, but I could not walk. Doctor, the force behind, will force. Master Mahashaya is meaning told the doctor. He says that is God force. You say that is will force? No, it is God force. Master Mahashaya now rectifying the doctor. Sri Ramakrishna to the doctor. Again, I get into such state of mind that if somebody says I am better, I at once feel much better. It's the childlike mentality, the complete faith, whatever people say. Sri Ramakrishna was much pleased to be the physician. He said to him, you have a very fine nature. Two characteristics of knowledge, peaceful nature and absence of pride. Peaceful nature. Those who are educated, cultured, qualified, their nature will be peaceful. Those who are all the time, they are agitated, they are not that way proper. They are well informed people. The knowledge and well informed, there's two different things. I have seen in the modern times in the society, there are people that are very well informed, but they are not calm. A very egoistic way. Everything that they will try to say that I know, I know, I know. But the knowledge, real knowledge, it says absence of pride. They will never show the pride, because the knowledge that you have got is somebody's the knowledge. I only learnt it from the books, from the teacher. Then I have developed a little on that, then I cannot say this is my knowledge. So one must be humble. So they always say that when you are educated, you must be very humble. Otherwise, you cannot. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna noticed these two qualities in the doctor, and he was very happy. Peaceful nature and absence of pride. Doctor has lost his wife. Sri Ramakrishna. I say that God can be realized if one feels drawn to him by the intensity of these three attractions. The child's attractions for the mother, husband's attractions to the chaste wife, and the attraction of the worldly possessions for the worldly man. Please cure me of my illness. Friends, just 2 lines. Then the first line is a guru, and he is teaching. In the second line, again, and that is called Maya. By that way, the God always confuses us. The moment he is a God, he gives the exactly excellent teaching. Immediately he says, please cure me. And Sri Ramakrishna, no, he praised the tongue like that. Now it is Sunday, September 20, 1885. I will just read it and conclude. Then he was talking about Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in the room surrounded by the devotees. Aim arrived with Dr. Rakhal of Bowbajar. Bowbajar is an area near Calcutta, and now it is Calcutta. The physician began to examine the master. He was a stout person, had rather thick fingers. Sri Ramakrishna, smiling to the physician, your fingers are little like a wrestler's. Mahendra Shankar also examined me. So Sri Ramakrishna is afraid this powerful man, if he is holding him tightly, then he will get pain. The doctor, I shall not hurt you, sir. The physician made out his prescription. Sri Ramakrishna was talking. Sri Ramakrishna to the devotees, well, people ask why, if I am such a holy person, I shall be ill. Now he is asking the same question. Question before everyone, because that question was inside the mind of many devotees. If a holy person, why they should suffer? Sri Ramakrishna raised that question and thinking, Tarak, Bhagavan Das Babaji too was ill and bedridden a long time. Tarak means a young devotee who afterwards became Swami Shivananda. They have great love for Sri Ramakrishna and their idea was clear. They never thought that why a holy man should suffer. Rather, the natural is the human body. When is a body, the body will behave like a body. Sri Ramakrishna, but look at Dr. Madhu. At the age of 60, he carries food to the house of his mistress and he has no illness. Goswami, sir, your illness is for the sake of others. You take upon yourself the sins of others who come to you. You fall ill because you accept their sins. A devotee. See how Sri Ramakrishna raised that question and different devotee coming out, and we can understand their understanding about Sri Ramakrishna. You will soon be cured if you only say to Divine Mother, Mother, please make me well. Sri Ramakrishna, I cannot ask Mother to cure my disease. The attitude of the servant-master relationship is nowadays less strong in me. Once in a while I say, O Mother, please mend the sheath of the sword a little. But such prayer are also becoming less frequent. Nowadays, I do not find my I. I see that it is God alone who resides in my sheath. In this body, only God alone lives. So to whom I will go to pray to cure this body? The body belongs to God. Goswami had been invited to sing Kirtan. A devotee asked, will there be any Kirtan? Sri Ramakrishna was ill and all were afraid that the Kirtan might throw his mind in ecstasy and aggravate the illness. Sri Ramakrishna said, let there be a little singing. All are afraid of my going into ecstasy. Spiritual emotion hurts the throat. Goswami began the Kirtan. Sri Ramakrishna could not control himself. He stood up and began to dance with the devotees. Physician watched the whole case. A hired carriage was waiting for the doctor, Rakhal. And now the Thursday, September 24, 1885, it was the night of the full moon. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on the small couch. He was very ill. Aim and some other devotees were sitting on the floor. Master to the aim. Every now and then I think that the body is a mere pillowcase. The only real substance is the indivisible Satchidananda. Look at it. Every now and then a man who is suffering, a man is holding the doctor and asking, please cure me. The same person is telling, every now and then I think that the body is a mere pillowcase and I go into the divine ecstasy. Sri Ramakrishna was quietly sitting. Friends, we will stop over here, and from the next year 2024 March we will study Sri Ramakrishna at Shampukur. That means his Dakshineshwar period is over and he has gone to Calcutta. We will start from there. Thank you.
First question is coming from Bidyut Majumdar. He is asking, when we are working our day-to-day work, is it with reflected consciousness?
Vidyut, that the whole life is with the reflected consciousness, not only work. Day-to-day work and life, living, everything, that is because of that reflected consciousness. Otherwise, this I sense, the ego, is nothing but that. It separates us because of the I, but the I, where from it comes? It is on the reflection of the Supreme Self on our intellect, buddhi. When that is that, immediately we call it I. You know that in a Tantra they say, and the Vedanta also they say, that what is the jiva? The ahankara upohita chaitanya. Upohita means covered. The ahamkara, the I-ness, covering the consciousness, that is jiva, the individual self. And what is God? Maya upohita chaitanya. Maya, the ultimate of the ego or the I consciousness, and we all know about it. There's the three qualities. When that is covering the supreme consciousness, associated with the supreme consciousness, that is called Ishvara. So there is no difference, only a little consciousness and bigger consciousness.
Virendra Majumdar is asking, my agony is that I could not be Shraddhavan to my Gurudev. My cell phone is one of the causes. Ultimately, it pinches me a lot. I pray and cry to Sri Ma, I have no peace.
Oh, no, that is nothing. The Guruji, the Shraddhavan, that is, I don't know. But the thing is that when you were not that way aware, that was the one time. But the moment you think that, oh, that was a mistake, just take the oath. From now, I am going to be fine. I am going to pray. I am going to follow everything that my Guruji asked me to do. And reading from the Gospel every day and pondering over that, meditate on that, make the whole life. The moment you decide, that time you are enlightened. So just think in that way. Whatever mistake that we have done unknowingly, that is our ignorance, but don't ponder on that. Say, I am sorry, but start the life with a positive note that I am going to follow the instructions of my Guru from this very moment. That's all. Thank you.
Dr. Alpana Ghosh is asking, I am always trying to remove my ego. How can I understand it is being removed?
So, see that when you are thinking that you are removing your ego, that it is very difficult. Rather, if you think that because of the God you are doing it, that will develop you and automatically ego will go away. I am removing my ego. Everywhere I is there, and I is the main cause of ego. I am removing my ego. How can that be? Rather you say, I am doing God's work. Everything that He wants me to do, I do that. And I am thinking because God asks me to think. So by that way, if you are constantly thinking about God, your ego will go away. As Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, the more you are going towards the Ganga, the more the land will be at your back. So a cool breeze you will feel. That cool breeze means happiness, joy, peace. Your question, how I will know that I have reduced my ego, because by your joy, your happiness, your contentment will increase, and you will know you have decreased the ego. Thank you.
Shushmita Bashu is asking, I am in confusion when I am forcing my only son for his marriage. But now I have understood the real facts of the sansar after getting my diksha. Please suggest.
So this is the very personal life, so we cannot suggest. But of course, you have realized that, and you know that if the son is happy without marriage, it is good. As a monk, of course, I will say that. But you know that sometimes the people, they cannot adjust with another person. So then the whole life will be a problem for them. And when you are thinking that what you will do alone, When you people are not in the world, don't think in that way. He will be fine. Because God has given everyone his own life. So it is better, ask your son, he is a grown up person, whatever he thinks best, he should follow. And you be happy with that. Thank you.
Shomen Das is asking, when God created this universe, everything was pure, then where did this sin come? Did God create this negativeness for his Leela?
Yes, you are correct. Shuman, you are correct, because God has created both, the good and bad. But the problem is, we do not know when it was created. So the first beginning of the creation we cannot. So Swami Vivekananda rather used the word not creation but projection. We do not know when it was first created, that is the reason. Yes, both the things are already there, the good and bad, and both are from God. But now the question is, if the bad things are from God, the God is also affected by that? No. So Bhagavan is Sri Ramakrishna again. He said, the venom, the poison is there in the snake, but that poison doesn't hurt the snake itself. That is the way. Thank you.
Vijay or Vijay Lakshmi, she is asking, how can we consider Sri Ramakrishna as Dakshina Murti?
Oh, excellent. The Dakshina Murti, that conception of a guru who gives the emancipation, mukti. So that is Lord Shiva. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, did you notice? Every time he is giving that to us. Now, when he is giving that jewel, we should have the quality to understand, to appreciate that jewel. If it is not, then it is of no use. So he is giving us that, but it is depending on us whether we can understand it or not. This world is transitory, though it is very unique, wonderful. Along with everything, it is going to be destroyed one day. So it is of no use thinking that I and my family is going to be permanently here. It is not possible. History, every page of history proves that. What we should do? As long as we are surviving, we should live a life in such a way so that I become happy and all around me, the people, also become happy. That should be the goal of life. And that happiness, not on the worldly things, but in the internal happiness, through prayer, through chanting, through meditation, through peaceful time spending, like that. Thank you.
Sanhita Banerjee is asking, how do we develop our patience in adverse situations in our life?
You know that when you are listening these words of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, so slowly when the adverse situation comes, try to imagine his teachings. What Sri Ramakrishna would have done in this situation, or Ma Sharadamani Devi would have reacted in this situation. If you think in that way, you will find the answer and your mind will be active, you can solve the problem, but at the same time unaffected. So try in that way. Thank you.
Shomen Das is asking, it's more of a repetition, but Shomen Das is asking, in Bible it is said that the initial creation of God, everything was pure without any sin, but then there was a knowledge tree to avoid, but the devil tempted human and committed sins. Then who created devil?
So that is, who created devil? That is the question, who created devil? Again the God only. But anyway, that is one way of explaining. But the Hindus, they always believe that is everything is God, and except God there cannot be anything. The moment we say there is a devil who was there before God or along with God all together, then we are accepting two entities. The moment we are accepting two entities, philosophically we cannot say the God is infinite. You understand that? Infinite means there should not be any two. There should not be any part. is completely that God. So that is the way we have to understand. It is God only, good and bad both. Thank you.
Devjani Thor is asking, please suggest how to pray to God for complete dependency on Thakur, dealing with real necessary problems.
See, if you pray in this way, what I feel that Thakur, this is, you are my father, you are my mother. You know me the best. So what I should do, please guide me. Every day morning, if you pray to Mother, please hold my hand, never ever leave it, and you will find the result. If you are constantly giving yourself at the feet of the Thakur and Ma, you will find that the guidances are coming. Around people will suddenly change. They will start behaving positively in a good manner. And slowly, slowly, all the bad karma follows, which was actually provoking the bad reactions of the neighbors and the relatives, that will also go away. So pray to Thakur, pray to Mother, I am your daughter. I do not know anything. I only depend on you. Please help me, hold my hand. Right from the morning, you pray that way, sincerely. The blessings of Mother will come surely. Thank you.
SM is asking, when facing difficulties, should we pray more to Ma or Thakur as our father and mother for help?
See, both are same, but whoever you feel attracted. Sometimes some people, they are more attracted to Mother, and sometimes the Swamis, they say, Mother was more compassionate and Thakur is a pure Sattva Guni, so maybe it is better to go to Mother. The Mother's heart, same Shiva, same knowledge, manifested as Mother. And Sri Ramakrishna himself wanted that his Shakti, his power, should manifest the motherhood. Thank you.
Anjali is asking, how does a man become unselfish in one birth?
That is depend on the tapasya. If you are really, really sincere, 100% sincere, then you can become unselfish. And each and every moment you have to be aware, alert, that this is the last chance for me to realize God. I am not going to waste a moment. Whatever I do for God. That constant awareness about the God will make you unselfish. Because what I am going to do with all these worldly objects, worldly things? When I die, everything will lie over here. All the jewelries that I have purchased and kept in the almirah, I have not used that, not allowing anybody to use it. But when I die, where it goes? So same way, if you constantly think, Vairagyameva abhayam, if you think that Vairagya will come, Vairagya means dispassion for the worldly objects and love for God. And the wonderful the thing that I am completely transformed, the transformation, joy of transformation will come. And I will also pray to God. Now the year that is coming, be very, very positive to all of you. It is my sincere prayer to the Thakur Ma and Swami Ji that each and every one of you become very positive and all of you become happy, healthy, and the source of joy for others too. So thank you, friends. Meet you again in the next year, 2024, March. So all will pray to Thakur on the 1st January, Kalpataru Day, at 3:10 o'clock, 3:08 actually. The Indian time, 3 p.m., 3:08 p.m. they say it is like that. So, but in America the time will vary, but whatever. We will pray to the Thakur that please hold our hands. And at least when you are dying, when you are passing away, giving up the life, our mind should be with you and you should take us to your abode. Come, let us chant this mantra and conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.